Hi! Being a weekend, I thought of taking a break from the daily stories, and today I'm going to narrate an epic story of Indonesia. The fable around San Kuryang. So, the legend of San Kuryang's story mainly did rounds as oral literature among the Sudanese people in Indonesia, and later the first written story of San Kuryang legend appeared in the Bujanga Manik manuscript written on palm leaves during the late 15th century or somewhere in the beginning of the 16th century AD. The legend of San Kuryang tale tells a story of the young San Kuryang's effort to win the heart of Dayang Sumbi, a charming woman who surprisingly is his own mother. And here is the story. Far away in West Java, there lived a king called Prabu Sangging Perbangkara, who was proud of his beautiful daughter named Dayang Sumbi. She was highly skilled in the art of weaving and cooking. Many suitors approached for her hand for marriage, but she turned all of them because she didn't want any war among the rejected suitors against the one she chooses. So she approached her father and meekly said, "I want to live in a hut near the jungle with my weaving tools." And the king gladly agreed. "My princess, if this is what you desire, then my blessings are with you," he said. Dayang Sumbi spent her days peacefully engrossed in weaving. One gentle night, thread rolls accidentally fell from her lap and lost in the dark. She wove to herself, "If a man brings the roll, I will marry him, and if a woman finds my thread, I will accept her as my sister." And to her dismay, a black male dog approached her, holding the thread in his mouth. The princess kept her promise. She said, "If this is God's will, then I will marry the animal." The next moment, the dog turned into a handsome young man. "Who are you?" she inquired with a glint in her eye. "I am an embodiment of God," the man declared. So both of them fell in love and decided to get married. She lovingly called her husband Si Tumang. Most of the time, Si Tumang would prefer to move around in his dog's avatar, that is, in the dog's form. A year passed by and the couple welcomed their baby boy, San Kuryang. The energetic and adventurous kid would scout the forest with the dog, that is, Si Tumang. Little did he know that Si Tumang was his own father. While the 10-year-old boy was leaving for the jungle, her mother said, "Son, I feel like eating a deer today. Can you hunt it for me?" Like an obedient son, he went out with Si Tumang to fulfill his mother's wish. It was a hot day. He combed the jungle restlessly to catch a deer, but failed. He sat down on the ground feeling terrible and helpless. "Today, mother wanted something, but I couldn't fulfill her wish," lamented San Kuryang. As he was returning home, a boar passed him. He instructed the dog to chase the boar, but the dog didn't move an inch because Si Tumang, that is the dog, knew that the boar was San Kuryang's grandmother, Selling Weyung Wan. He didn't want his son to kill his grandma. "Why didn't you catch the boar?" screamed the boy. Filled with frustration, he injured Si Tumang in the heat of the moment. The old dog succumbed to the fatal injuries and died. Now, San Kuryang felt more disappointed and bereaved. He ripped the liver apart from the dead dog, thinking at least the liver would delight his mother. The dog's soul transformed as a deity and traveled to Swargaloka, that is the heaven. He finally lived his punishment as an animal on the planet. And on the other hand, Dayang Sumbi cooked the liver curry and served the meal. And that is when she noticed that Si Tumang wasn't around. So while eating, Sankuryang noticed his mother's exasperation. Sankuryang feebly mumbled, "Mother, I killed my friend, dog, Si Tumang. We just ate his liver. I couldn't find a deer." She immediately threw the plate away, stood up in anger, yelling her son to leave the house at once. She hit him with a sentong, that is, a rice scooping spoon, leaving a mark on his head. Sankuryang never saw his mother so angry. She was weeping profusely, yet she couldn't share the secret that her son killed her husband. Laden with guilt and shame, he went to the woods. As she once calmed down, she tried to find Sankuryang. "I will never eat meat again in my life. Please find my son." Dayang Sumbi prayed this way to the gods, and as an answer to her prayers, she was gifted with an eternal beauty. Days passed by, but the son did not return home for 12 long years. He suffered amnesia because of the injury from the spoon and forgot his past life, even his name. "Jaka, Jaka, wake up!" Sankuryang saw Ki Agden sitting beside him. An old hermit, an expert in martial arts, took the unconscious Sankuryang to his cave and nursed him. Jaka, he was called that way, and he grew up in the cave with the sage and learned martial arts, supernatural skills, and control of Hayang, that is, unseen spiritual entity. He went around the village helping them to fight against the thugs. Universe has a strange way to unite people. Sankuryang stumbled upon a hut on his way back to the forest and saw a young, beautiful woman sitting on the porch. He couldn't resist her charm, and soon they both started spending more time with each other. All the while, it never crossed his mind that he is sitting in his old home. They planned to get married. All hell breaks loose when Dayang Sumbi noticed the spoon mark while combing Jaka's hair. With a frown, she asked, "Jaka, how did you get this scar?" "I can't remember. A monk found me lying unconscious in the jungle. Maybe I was wounded in the woods," he said. Hearing this, the mother knew for sure that Jaka was her long-lost son. She confessed everything to her son, who discarded it in disbelief. He insisted that they both should get married. As he did not listen to her request to call off the wedding, she put forth a condition. "All right, listen to me. Fill the whole valley with water and a lake, also a boat for me. Then I will marry you." Sankuryang promised to complete the task in just one night to win his lady. Dayang Sumbi wove her red shawl in the east to make people think it is morning, and that Sankuryang couldn't complete the task. All workers left the work midway while building the dam and retired, deceived by her plan. They mistook the red shawl for a new dawn. Sankuryang screamed in anger, understood that Dayang planned to cancel the wedding. He kicked the boat and it slanted. "I don't need the dam," he screamed, and ruined it. Legend has it that as he chased his mother in the jungle, her last prayer was answered. She became a jaxi flower, and he turned insane as he failed to find her. The boat that he kicked became a mountain over time. and today people call it as Tangkuban Perahu Mountain in Bandung in Indonesia. So that's the fable of Sangkuriang from Indonesia.